we realize that we live in a materialistic, money hungry society. I mean, what people will do for money is amazing. The betrayal, the treachery, the lies, the deceit. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And you see it taking place today. I mean, one of the things that angered me the most when I prayed to Yah and I said, you know what? Hey, just send me the truth. Whatever it is, I'll follow it. And I kid you not, the first truth that he sent me was the truth about this thing right here. And let me tell you, going through the 5 stages of awakening, which is first denial, then you go through anger, depression, bargaining, then acceptance. I went through those stages of awakening, especially when it came to where our money comes from, who creates it, and I was angry because I understood that, listen, you got to go out there and you got to work and you got to get that money because, hey, we all need money, right? And this is a world where everything is based on social status and money, and this is what people are after because they want the nice houses, they want the fancy cars, they want the nice vacations, they want the yachts, they want whatever it is that they want, and that to feed their flesh. And so therefore you're going to need money in order to get it. Women, all of that stuff, it all comes down to you need money. I mean, you can't do any of these things and get any of these things without access to money. So, I really thought to myself after coming to the knowledge of the truth regarding what fiat currency was, who creates it, and everything. I'm always big on the idea of how can I defeat this system? How can I go up against the powers that be and defeat them? And the only thing that I can come up with regards to the solution to this problem is to not need a lot of their money. See, the idea is that the less money that I need in order to live a good quality life, the better off I'll be. And so this is why it was so logical to forego a mortgage, to forego car notes, and forego all of these things that is required in order to live this life. But I had to sacrifice, and a lot of people, they're not willing to sacrifice. I get it, I understand it, but for me, I said to myself, you know what? If I don't need a lot of their money, then I'm winning against the system, because when the money fails, what is going to matter? It's going to matter the real friends, the real skills, and the real assets that you have acquired in order to get you by and to stabilize your family. So, uh, do I either want to invest in saving money, or do I want to take that money and invest it in real tangible assets, things that is going to hold its purchasing power, things that I'm going to need, things that I'm going to that's going to have value. And uh and and so that was my whole goal, and that continues to be my goal to this day, to not need money, because we all need money. We all need money to survive, to do what we need. But if I need a whole lot less of that money, that fiat currency, then uh, I'm going to be a whole lot better off, because I'm not stressed about money as a lot of people are. Because, hey, that's the first thing that a lot of people, as we see the interest rates going up, the cost of living's going up, food, rent, mortgages, insurance. All of this stuff is just killing people. It's literally killing people with stress. And that's all that they can think about is money because they need so much of it to provide their basic needs in life because, hey, they cannot live without it. And this is why we always say, and people like me on the internet, we say that there is a better way. If you need less of their money, the more freer you will be, the more secure you will be. You look at what's going on in society today, and a lot of people's challenges are dealing with the fact that they need money and they don't have access to this money and they have to trade their hours for dollars in order to get this money, and it's still not secure. Could you imagine taking out a mortgage for $200,000 and a 30-year mortgage at 7-8%, and it takes you about 10 to 15 years just to get into the principal of that mortgage, and then you turn around and you default on that mortgage because there's no guarantee that you're going to have a job for 30 years to pay that mortgage off, and then you turn around and you get foreclosed on, something happens, and then they turn around and you get nothing back. You get nothing back at all. And then they kick you out on the street, and you've already paid $200,000 in interest on a $200,000 mortgage. What it's going to cost you about $450,000 to pay it off, and then they turn around and they give somebody else a mortgage, and they start the process all over again. It is the biggest scam that you can possibly ever think of, and so the only way that you're going to beat this system or win against this system as best as you can is just to walk away. It's very powerful. One of the most powerful things that you can do is just walk away. Because see, then you remove the power from the individual or the company or the organization, and in this case, the Federal Reserve. You remove their power when you just walk away, and you don't need a lot of their money to survive, to do what you need to do. And it's beautiful. And I've said, on numerous occasions, it's probably cost me more in several months in entertainment expenses and things that I do with my family than it is to in terms of bills. I could spend more money in a day on just family activities than I will in an entire month on bills. That's a beautiful thing. I'm sitting here and I'm watching my children. They're on the trampoline and they're having a good time, and they'll say, can we go to Chuck E. Cheese or can we go out to eat? I say, hey, sure, why not? And I don't have to worry about the money aspect of it. I'm not pressed about the money aspect of it because I need so little of it to survive and take care of our basic expenses. You want to beat this system? Don't worry about making a whole lot of money. Concern yourself more with making sure you don't need a lot of their money to survive.